Question 3 of the simplicity of God in 8 articles. When the existence of a thing has been ascertained, there remains the further question of the manner of its existence, in order that we may know what it is. Now, because we cannot know what God is, but rather what he is not, we have no means of considering how God is, but rather how he is not. Therefore, we must consider 1. How he is not. 2. How he is known by us. 3. How he is named. Now it can be shown how God is not by denying of him whatever is unfitting to him, namely composition, motion, and the like. Therefore, 1. We must discuss his simplicity, whereby we deny composition in him, and because whatever is simple in material things is imperfect and a part of something else. We shall discuss 2. His perfection. 3. His infinity. 4. His immutability. 5. His unity. Concerning his simplicity, there are 8 points of inquiry. 1. Whether God is a body. 2. Whether he is composed of matter and form. 3. Whether in him there is composition of quiddity, essence or nature, and subject. 4. Whether he is composed of essence and existence. 5. Whether he is composed of genus and difference. 6. Whether he is composed of subject and accident. 7. Whether he is in any way composite or wholly simple. 8. Whether he enters into composition with other things. Article 1. Whether God is a body. We proceed thus to the first article. It seems that God is a body. Objection 1. For a body is that which has 3 dimensions, but Holy Scripture attributes 3 dimensions to God, for it is written, He is higher than heaven, and what wilt thou do? He is deeper than hell, and how wilt thou know? The measure of him is longer than the earth, and broader than the sea. Job, chapter 2, verse 8 and 9. Therefore, God is a body. Objection 2. Further, everything that has figure is a body, since figure is a quality of quantity. But God seems to have figure, for it is written, Let us make man to our image and likeness. Genesis 1, verse 26. Now a figure is called an image according to the text, who being the brightness of his glory, and the figure, i.e., the image of his substance. Hebrews chapter 1, verse 3. Therefore God is a body. Objection 3. Further, whatever has corporal parts is a body. Now Scripture attributes corporal parts to God. Hast thou an arm like God? Job chapter 40, verse 4. And the eyes of the Lord are upon the just. Psalm 33, verse 16. And the right hand of the Lord hath wrought strength. Psalm 117, verse 16. Therefore God is a body. Objection 4. Further, posture belongs only to bodies, but something which supposes posture is said of God in the Scriptures. I saw the Lord sitting. Isaiah chapter 6, verse 1. and he standeth up to judge. Isaiah chapter 3, verse 13. Therefore God is a body. Objection 5. Further, only bodies or things corporal can be a local term from which or to which. But in the scriptures God is spoken of as a local term to which, according to the words, "Come ye to him and be enlightened," Psalm 23, verse 6, and as a term from which all they that depart from thee shall be written in the earth, Jeremiah chapter 17, verse 13. Therefore God is a body. On the contrary, it is written in the Gospel of St. John, chapter 4, verse 24, God is a spirit. I answer that it is absolutely true that God is not a body, and this can be shown in 3 ways. First, because no body is in motion unless it be put in motion, as is evident from induction. Now it has been already proved, question 2, Article 3, that God is the first mover unmoved. Therefore, it is clear that God is not a body. Secondly, because the first being must of necessity be in act, and in no way in potency. For although in one and the same thing that passes from potency to act, the potency is prior in time to the act. Nevertheless, absolutely speaking, act is prior to potency. For whatever is in potency can be reduced to act only by some being in act. Now it has been already proved that God is the first being, and that God is the first being. It is therefore impossible that in God there should be anything in potency. But every body is in potency, because the continuous, as such, is divisible to infinity. It is therefore impossible that God should be a body. Thirdly, because God is the most noble of beings, as is clear from what was said above. Question 2, Article 3. Now it is impossible for a body to be the most noble of beings, for a body must be either animate or inanimate, and an animate body is manifestly nobler than any inanimate body. But an animate body is not animate in so far as it is a body, otherwise all bodies would be animate. Therefore, its animation depends on some other thing, as our body depends for its animation on the soul. Hence, that by which a body becomes animated must be nobler than the body. Therefore, it is impossible that God should be a body. Reply to Objection 1. As we have said above, in question 1, Article 9, Holy Writ puts before us spiritual and divine things under the likenesses of corporal things. Hence, when it attributes to God the 3 dimensions under the likeness of corporal quantity, it designates his virtual quantity. Thus, by depth it signifies his power of knowing hidden things, by height the excellence of his power over all things, by length the duration of his being, by breadth his act of love for all, or as Dionysius says, hold on a moment. By the depth of God is meant the incomprehensibility of his essence, by length the procession of his all-pervading power, by breadth his overspreading all things, since namely all things lie under his protection. Reply to Objection 2. Man is said to be after the image of God, not as regards his body, but as regards that whereby he excels other animals. Hence, when it is said, "Let us make man in our image and likeness," it is added, "And let him have dominion over the fishes of the sea." Genesis 1, verse 26. Now, man excels all animals by his reason and intelligence. Hence, it is according to his intelligence and reason, which are incorporeal, that man is said to be according to the image of God. Reply to Objection 3. Corporal parts are attributed to God in Scripture on account of his actions, and this is owing to a certain likeness. For instance, the act of the eye is to see, hence the eye attributed to God signifies his power of seeing intellectually, not sensibly, and so on with the other parts. Reply to Objection 4. Whatever pertains to posture also is only attributed to God by some sort of likeness. He is spoken of as sitting on account of his unchangeableness and dominion, and as standing on account of his power of overcoming whatever withstands him. Reply to Objection 5. We draw near to God by no corporal steps, since he is everywhere, but by the affections of our mind, and in the same way we withdraw from him. Thus to draw near or to withdraw signifies merely spiritual affections based on the likeness of local motion.